Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Don't Crop Me Now. Today's cooking video, again it's about using up all that leftover food from Christmas, is we're going to have a go at making gnocchi. So we've got here some mashed potato. This has actually got leeks mashed in, so just plain potato is fine. Just make sure you've given it a really good squidge so there's not like any big bits of potato in there. You can make gnocchi from other veg. Things like beetroot, carrots, squash, pumpkin work quite well. But some of those veg have got a bit of a higher water content than the potato. So sometimes it's good to do like 50% potato, 50% of one of the other veggies if you want a flavoured gnocchi. Because if not, you can end up adding quite a lot of flour, which really affects the texture. If you've got something like a squash that's quite a more solid type squash than a watery one, then that's okay. But something like beetroot, I'd probably recommend 50-50. So I haven't weighed any of this, but I'm guessing that's maybe like 100 to 150 grams of mashed potato. I wouldn't go by measuring for this, it's just about getting the right texture. So you get your leftover mash, and the basic thing of making gnocchi is that you just add eggs and plain flour to get a dough that you roll out. So I'm adding a bit of parmesan just because I've got that left over. So I'm adding that, and then I'm adding, this is just one egg. Just got a bit of salt and pepper there as well. So you mix that up. And give it a really good mix. Make sure if you are going to make this with the mashed potato that it's cold. You don't want to be cooking the egg really before you start poaching the gnocchi. You then just add flour, so this is just plain flour, until you can bring this together into a ball. So I've just put 2 heaped spoonfuls there. It'll probably take a bit more than that, so let's put one more in. There we go, you can see that that would definitely come together. So just put a bit of flour out. So it feels like quite a sticky dough, that's fine. So you don't need to knead this a lot, just knead it so it comes together in a nice ball. I'd say here there's probably enough for 2 to 3 people, so 2 really quite big portions, 3 more normal size portions. So I do need a little bit. And then what I do is split it into smaller pieces because I want to roll these into like a sausage shape. A bit more flour there. So I'm not making this into like all the fancy shapes you can get, because that, you know, who has time for that really when you're just making meals for every day. So you just roll it out into a rough sausage shape. Use your knife, and I usually just cut it on an angle like this. So I said before, this has got leeks in that was already in the mash, but you could add any herbs that you want in this. Tomato puree is another nice one. And I'm just placing these on this wire rack, just because I'm not going to cook them until later on. So these will start to dry out a bit, which gives a nice sort of coating when you cook the gnocchi. So you just try to put them on so they're not touching each other. So this one again. Once these are ready to cook them, all you do is drop them into water that's on a sort of rolling boil, salted water ideally, a bit like you'd cook pasta. You need to poach them for about a minute or so, maybe a minute and a half, and they'll just float to the top. And when they float to the top, that's when they're done. So I'm not going to show you that bit, you just drop them into boiling water. They do puff up a bit when they're cooking. And you could either serve them with a sort of flavoured butter, or you could make like a tomato ragu sauce, really anything. Anything you'd use for pasta, really. So lots of people tend to buy this from the supermarket, but it's actually really easy to make and a good way of using up any potato. You can freeze these and then you can boil them straight from frozen. They take a little bit longer then, but it works quite well as well. You can use fine semolina if you like. This last rolling out step. I think that's like the traditional thing to use, but I've not got any of that in, so I'm choosing flour. Either works fine. So that's it. So I'll leave them, I'll just tidy up everything, leave these. I'll pop them water me cooked in about a minute to 90 seconds. So it's quite a lot there, really, decent amount. And there we go, that's the gnocchi. So if you have a go at any of our recipes, then do comment and let us know. We'll see you all again soon. Bye.